Hey, ran into Jeff Joseph, who's this is your room this year, right?
This is my room this year. Yeah.
I don't know if you're going to make my favorite this year, but you were my favorite definitely in Florida, and I caught some grief for not spending enough time in your room at Expona.
Yeah.
But now I'm spending time with you here. What are you actually doing for help here? How are you helping most people?
Well, you know, we talk about your feelings, about your stereo.
Okay.
What your aspirations are.
Get you in the right mental space.
Try to think about, you know, what positive steps you can take towards working through whatever issues you have.
So you cure that audiophile neurosis, right?
Well, there's quite a bit of it there. I don't know if we can cure it.
Yeah, I guess not. And it really doesn't behoove you to cure it because you sell the products.
Well, yeah, that's true. It would be sort of like, you know,
sabotaging your own business.
Yeah, we need to leave at least a residual level of
But what I like about your products, though, is you don't come out with a new model every year just giving people upgrade-itis.
Right.
You know, your Pearl, if you had the Pearl from 20 years ago, it still would be competitive, although you've upgraded the drivers and whatnot.
Yeah, when there is a significant advantage to new technology, we'll incorporate it. And we've always tried to maintain the investment in the product for the people who invested with us in the first place.
Yeah.
Giving them an upgrade path so that they can, you know, keep up. It's not always possible, but where it is, we do.
Yeah, and that bookshelf, that the Pearl, that's incredible, under 10K.
The Pulsar.
The Pulsar, sorry.
The Pulsar, yeah.
That is incredible. I mean, your rooms are always good. The unique feature of your crossover design, I tried to explain it. Maybe you can give a little bit more of what you do uniquely,
yeah,
that separates you from, some people like to put you in the bucket of Vanderstein, first order kind of crossover, time alignment, and that's not really the case.
That's not what we're doing. When you set out to design a loudspeaker, I mean, everybody can have excellent tweeters, excellent woofers, but when you try to put them together in a system, that's where they run into trouble. Because what our engineer, the inventor of this technology, found is that even if he had the world's best tweeter, the world's best woofer, when you put them together, they interact with one another. Mm-hmm. And the sound changes, particularly as you move from one axis to another. So that's why if you listen to a pair of speakers and you're sitting down in the sweet spot, the sound is better there because the drivers are combining. However, depending on your room's reflections, you're still going to get the effects of the wave interference between the drivers from the ceiling, floor, walls, and so forth. So by getting rid of the wave interference, keeping the drivers from interfering with each other, now you can have a much more coherent sound, much more natural sound, yet more dynamic detail.
And I think one of the important things I took away from your talk as well is that driver material in a vacuum is irrelevant if you're not implementing it with the proper crossover, and how you use magnesium for because of your crossover allows you to use that material. Some people may use paper. It takes a village basically of the entire speaker together.
Sure.
That is part of the art.
You have to look at it as a holistic design. Having this very steep filter definitely allows us to use a woofer that stays pistonic the whole way through.
No ringing, yeah.
So you can take advantage of that material. Whereas if we were tied to a slow slope crossover, then you would have to deal with the high frequency ringing of that driver. So you want to use a softer material and one that, you know, gradually decouples from the edges. It's, you know, there are trade-offs. So different horses for different courses.
Yeah, there's an art to it that's a lot more sophisticated, and that's why you're one of the icons in the industry. You've been in for a long time, successful design, always one of the best rooms. I don't know if this is going to make the best room,
I'll take requests.
But best talk so far. So,
all right.
Thank you very much, Joseph. Good seeing you.
Good to see you.
All right, take care.